probably should have asked you how to pronounce your name, but is it Fantasma, by chance?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I got it right the first time. Yes. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on the show all in the early afternoon. Thank you for being.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll go ahead and begin into becoming a wrestler.
I wanted to wrestle, but lucha has always stood out to me a lot more, and I always looked up to guys like Psychosis or Mysterio or Aerostar, and when I was about 13, I found the training school of Lucha Volcanica and started training there.
So, what's very interesting, I like to ask wrestlers about the stage name. What made you name yourself Phantasma? Like, what was it like your idea? Was it a promoter's idea? And how did that came about?
It was my idea. It translates to phantom or ghost. I prefer phantom. Uh, I'm not really sure. I heard it one day and I thought it sounded cool, and I actually didn't know what it meant for a while. I just heard the name Fantasma and thought it was like really cool. So I decided to make that my name, Fantasma X. And then one day at a show, someone was like, "Hey, what does Fantasma mean?" I was like, "I don't know." So I looked it up, and it meant phantom or ghost. So
I looked through the history of this show that I've done. I've done it for like 5 years now, and I think you're like the second female masked wrestler that I've ever interviewed. Um, so, what made you decide to go the mask route? Was it like you was influenced by Lucha Libre? Like what led you into wanting to be a masked wrestler?
it's really traditional with lucha, and since I started training it, I've always kind of wanted to wear a mask. I don't know, there's something about it and what it means in Mexico and other places that lucha is really important. It symbolizes a lot of things, like you have to earn a mask to wear it. So when my trainer asked me if I had a mask design ready, I was really happy because he finally was telling me that I earned the right to wear a mask. And I don't know, it's nice because I can go out and have my match, and no one will know who I am, and then I could go out after my match to show, and fans won't come up to me and get distracted by me instead of watching the match. Or it's kind of nice because I can go out and not be recognized without a mask, or if I choose to wear my mask, I can.
One thing about masked wrestlers, male or female, it's a lot of mystery to it. So it's a mystique. It's a lot of tradition, and with you, I got a chance to see some of your matches, and you are very, very talented. And what I want to ask, as it pertains to the mask, is that did you have any challenges when you got started? Was there any, like, as far as making sure you can actually see your opponent or see where you're going? Like, did you dealt with any challenges when you got started wearing the mask?
Oh yeah. So I used to really want to have my eyes covered and my mouth open, but I tried on a mask that our trainer had brought in so I could see if I liked it or not, but my eyelashes were too long to have my eyes covered, and I wouldn't have been able to see. So I went with my eyes open and my mouth covered, and I drew the fangs on my mask. And, it worked for a little while, and then one day over in Seattle we were doing a meet and greet, and my mom had brought me pizza while we were sitting there, and it was really hard to eat it through a mouth, through my mask not having a mouth, and I had to lift up my mask or go under the table or something. It was ridiculous. So and I can't drink anything, and I tie my mask so tight in my matches so it doesn't fall around. So that's really frustrating too. So yeah, I've had a few challenges, mostly with eating and drinking.
Man, I gotta give a lot of respect to you and all the masked wrestlers You know, to there's definitely some challenges, as you know we previously discussed, and y'all take pride of wearing these masks. You know, it makes you feel like a superhero or a supervillain, and you go out there, perform, and you entertain in front of the fans, and you know, and when the fans go home, they could just say, "Wow, I enjoyed that match that you had." And during the meet and greets or the intermissions, fans go up to you, and it's like, "Wow, I'm such a fan of yours and stuff." What's it like with the fan interaction when it comes to it, especially those who also like to wear a mask as well?
It's pretty nice having younger girls look up to me, and I don't know, it's cool because I get a lot of compliments on my mask, and little girls, they like that my mask is pink, so that's another thing that they like about it. But I get a lot of compliments on it, and I think the kids usually like it. I've actually had a couple of kids come up to me with like souvenir masks and ask me to sign it, so that's pretty cool too.
That is so awesome. And so, for you, do you have like favorite moments, like a huge highlight of your career? It could be like a match that you had. It could be a rivalry, a angle, a championship match you may be in a part of. What do you consider the biggest highlight of your career thus far?
So I'm kind of torn between a couple weeks ago when I wrestled in a tag team against Kelly Klein from Ring of Honor. That was really cool, and I'm still kind of in shock that that happened. But I'm also like, I'm super happy about my title match when I won the Cruiserweight title, because that match is just always really important to me. It was my first title win, and the fans didn't really expect it because I was still a little new to that promotion, wrestling-wise, but you know, people kept coming up to me telling me I deserved it and everything, and that was a match that I had a lot of my family at. My family doesn't come to my matches very often, so that match probably means the most to me.
Yeah, I did hear about Kelly wrestling on the West Coast recently. So to hear that you had a match with her, that's pretty awesome. And
It was.
I've been a fan of and a friend of Kelly for quite some time. Um, Back when she was Mary Elizabeth Monroe, she's definitely come a long way since then, and she's become such a remarkable talent. And she's just doing big things. So props to her. Um, so if you can have a dream match, it could be opponent or opponents. It could be indie wrestlers or pro wrestlers. Who would you love to go up against one day?
If I ever make it that far, I would love to have a match against Asuka from NXT, because I've always been a fan of hers ever since she was on the Indies, and I just really look up to her, and that would definitely be a dream match.
Yeah, I did see on Twitter you retweeted her, and I'm definitely and so fascinated with Oscar. She has made huge strides in NXT. Not only is she the current NXT Women's Champion, but she's still undefeated. She's had some incredible matches, and I just and she must have the most intimidating smile you will ever see. Usually,
I know.
smiling is a good thing, but when Oscar is smiling in front of you, that's trouble, and you may want to avoid those lethal kicks and strikes from Oscar, because she's gonna leave some marks on your face. Uh,
Right?
so, so do you have any like upcoming shows, appearances that you would like to promote?
Yeah, so September 17th over here in Poulsbo, Washington, it's me against Casey Carlisle. Hmm. That's going to be a pretty interesting show. I'm really looking forward to working with her and learning from her and showcasing what I can do as well.
Mm. Shout out, or Casey call out. Wow, that's that's a big deal right there. Former NWA Women's Champion, who's
Right.
wrestled all over the country. Saying, so obviously, it's all about matchups, and obviously, you're not the biggest person.
No.
Having said all that, do you get the sense that opponents that are bigger, stronger than you come across as underestimate you at times?
Yeah, they definitely do. Like, I get a lot of heat from about my size in the back before and after shows and everything because I'm so small. I'm only 90 pounds and I'm 5 feet tall, so I'm pretty small. But the way I was trained by people a lot bigger than me, so I learned how to work hitting like they do. So I can still work anybody, and I was trained by primarily guys, and they taught me how to work like I'm bigger. So, but I can still also do a bunch of high flying stuff. The majority of my matches are flying and technicality. So, people can underestimate me all they want, but I can still do pretty much anything. I can be technical, or I can fly, or anything, but underestimate me all you want, but I can still work just like anyone else.
That's definitely a great attitude to have, and you never know what people are made of until you step in the ring with them, and it's definitely what I like about wrestling sometimes is that the whole David versus Goliath, and wrestlers find a way to make it compelling. Obviously, the Goliaths start off roughing the Davids up, but Davids finds a way to not only stay in the fight but to win matches. It's very compelling, the storytelling, and the fans get into these matches. You know, I think that's what makes wrestling unique is the storytelling side that goes along with the athleticism. And you and all the wrestlers put your bodies on the line just so to entertain the fans. And I will say, as a wrestling fan, and I'm proud to be a wrestling fan, thank you and all the wrestlers for what y'all do and to perform and entertain the fans. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You
I'm
meant
here.
Go ahead.
Well, it's just what I'm here to do is entertain the fans and do what I can to prove myself.
Very, very true. So you mentioned a little bit early you won the cruiserweight championship, and for a company that you haven't been on for long, and you've already made quite the impact. So what's it like to be a champion for a company that you just got started on, and for them to believe you, to think you're definitely a great asset to the company? How does that make you feel to be a champion for them?
And having a title means a lot to me because it's showing that the people who put the title on me, that they see potential in me, and that means everything. But at the same time, a lot of people kept telling me I wasn't ready and I don't deserve it yet. But no matter what people say, I'm going to go out there and do my best to impress the fans and everyone in the back and show them that I'm just here to do what I love.
So is there anything you want to say to all those who are standing in line wanting to challenge you for that championship belt?
I'm here waiting.
She just got right to the point. uh, Now, before I let you go, for those who want to keep in touch with you and keep an eye on your upcoming shows, why don't you go ahead promote your social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and any other links people need to know.
On Twitter and Facebook, I'm Fantasma X. It's pretty simple to find, Fantasma X. And then on Instagram, my username is Phantom X. And sometimes I follow back.
Yes, she does. She does follow back people. I know for experience, she does follow back. So just click that follow button, and if she likes what you are, and you being a wrestling fan, she gonna follow you back. So
Yes, I
you know.
am.
Well, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time being on the show. Truly appreciate it. Continued success and good luck on your upcoming shows and for the rest of 2016. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have a good night and have a great Labor Day weekend.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.